side, bumping that red head. Clean tanks when I ride, ducking the feds. East Coast, they get that bread. You end up dead.
It's dreary and miserable throughout much of the Midwest, but don't fear, we've got football to perk up our spirits as we join you from Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cincinnati Bengals. Here now to get us started is Logan Cook, and we are underway from Cincinnati. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. Oh, good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down. This defense for the Jags, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement. Really good coverage all over the field, and it took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
11 MT, pace. 11.
Now Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. Yeah, this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And they'll go again with Etienne. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he's got room. Touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Etienne with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Jaguars take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Again, it's Burrow on 2nd and 10. Looking deep downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jaguars are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. He's going to let this one go deep. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Jaguars. Bo Melton, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Bengals drive about to get going. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 right at the 30.
Here we go.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down. Another great throw there, and we talked about him when he broke the single-season record. But that last completion, CD, that puts him over 6,000 yards passing on the season. Just unheard of.
Brandon, there was a time not long ago when 3,000 yards was the gold standard for quarterbacks. He's doubled that. If more people come along like him and hit that type of a number, if you throw...
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Trayvon Walker make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the 1st down sack. Burrow, he gets this one to Boyd. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 36.
Here we go.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter.
On 2, ready? Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go.
1st down, here's Burrow. He finds his man, complete. That's Boyd.
Here we go.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
11.
From the 16, Burrow. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Not a great start dropping his 1st target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Here we go,
so it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And finding the tight end Hooper. But he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. 4th down. Here's Joe Burrow. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Now ETN to start the drive. Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
On third down, Lawrence. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
On third down, Burrow. And he's got it. And he's not quite going to get to the marker. It'll be a gain of 8 on 3rd and 10. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Facing this big first half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. Again, it's Burrow. And that is caught. And he has now tied the record. Touchdown.
Well, since we don't have a rooting interest in this one, neither one of us wanted to see this one get out of hand too early. Here we are in the first quarter. That was an important response for them to score, already down 21.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to have it here just past the 25.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain of 32 that time.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Here we go, here we go.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. The Bengals had 10-5 to start play. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 7 yards there and a first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be second down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. This is caught, and he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he blows his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. A great effort there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals have cut it back within a score. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. From the end zone comes Chris Claybrooks to return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
59 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Etienne once more. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll try the left side with Etienne. They find some open field here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 41. A handoff running left is Etienne. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Joseph Osai there on the stop. On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. A handoff for Etienne. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Fourth down. Here's Lawrence. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Jags come up empty on fourth down, and the Bengals will get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down of this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator.
Here we go.
Now that they're 0 for 2. If they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Forced out to his left.
Throw right side, pulled in by Higgins. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And that one complete once again to Higgins.
Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
He will find his man Chase complete.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up for the first and goal.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Bengals get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Zach Taylor's made the decision. They'll go for 2 here.
Gotta go.
And Burrow's going to look to throw for it.
And it'll be intercepted.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off.
No return here for Clay Brooks, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
To try again after the sack. Lawrence escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
On third down, here's Etienne.
And some room to work.
And he's going to get this down inside the 40 before he's finally ridden out of bounds. 134 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus?
That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram.
He's going to be brought down there in the field of play, and the clock will run, no timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
Clay Brooks going to bring this one out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And they get 17 more on that one and another first down. Another toe for ETN.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today.
Here's a give to ETN.
And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. Calling no gain there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and...
The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down.
He already did his primary job with an interception earlier, but here he gets a chance to be a pass rusher and takes on the challenge of blitzing and makes another big play. That's something to file away and maybe break out later in this one or in a future game.
They're going on 4th down. Lawrence,
he'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
And the Jags are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
So 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati. ETN up the middle. And he'll take this to about the 24, a gain of 3.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. Lawrence. And Ingram holds it in. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Here we go on 4th down with Lawrence.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position.
Here we go.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. 11, Thomas.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10. Throwing now. Burrow on 1st down. And that is caught. And the record is his. It's a touchdown.
So remember now, this was all set up by the stop defensively on 4th down. That's what got him this great field position. And then 2 plays later, they're already in the end zone.
Yeah, partner, funny how it works like that, huh? That's a momentum swing amusement park style. Your defense comes off the field, bouncing, grooving, they're fired up, and it carries over to the other side of the ball.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is down to 2.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. No return here for Clay Brooks, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive.
They'll start on the ground. ETN. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
Going for the deep ball. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Straight ahead, ETN.
And some space here. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Travis Etienne
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that makes this a 9-point game.
And that flag accepted.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here. 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He sets to fire deep. He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase.
75 yards.
And the Bengals have got it back to within a score. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is down to 2.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Clay Brooks going to bring this one out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down. Final minute now of the third quarter. On second down, Etienne once more. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on third down. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. So both offenses come to life here in this third quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
On the stick.
On fourth down, Lawrence. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big pickup of 12 yards on fourth down to keep this drive from stalling.
Boy, that was a big gamble for them right there. They went for it on fourth down, showed a little chutzpah because they did it with the lead here in the fourth quarter. And this defense is once again unable to stop them.
Etienne with it. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. Well, the offense has had a big day. He's been great running the football, but I don't think anybody liked that last result.
No, they didn't like the last result at all, but they have to look at it in total, don't they? They've had a big day running the football. You take an occasional loss or an occasional bad play along the way, but all in all, they have to like what they've done.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Lawrence will throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. A shotgun snap and again to Etienne. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Again, it's Burrow on 2nd and 10. Open man is Chase, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 39. And Burrow going to throw again. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Here we go. 11.
Now it's Burrow. And my goodness, another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Running out of the gun with ETN. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So
got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Jags add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Lawrence going to look to throw for it. And that is incomplete here. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
On 1, right?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. That's complete to Chase, and he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
Now Burrow.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along,
If you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay. No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity.
He's got a man, complete. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Burrow. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. From 21 yards away. And the Jaguars stretch this 4th quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Gun.
A final shot now for Burrow. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man, complete. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy